Hello, gentlemen. I am Maria, your insider from the Philippines, and today we are talking about a reality no one else has the guts to tell you. The absolute truth about the 40 plus Filipina hunger and the 5 things they desperately want under the sheets that young Filipinas are terrified of. Let's stop the fairy tale right now. You are breaking your back, spending your hard earned retirement trying to impress a 21-year-old who treats intimacy like a chore. You are paying the ultimate skin tax to play the role of the sugar daddy, convincing yourself she loves you while she lies there pulling the classic starfish routine, staring at the ceiling, waiting for it to be over so she can go back to scrolling on her phone. You have become nothing but a walking wallet, funding fake emergencies for a girl who sees you as a temporary ATM, not a man. You are settling for a transactional, cold experience just to show off a young trophy wife on your arm. But here is the brutal secret you are entirely blind to. While you are chasing a disinterested bar girl, there is a 42-year-old Filipina waiting to show you what absolute starvation for a real man looks like. Today, I am going to expose exactly what a mature Filipina craves from you behind closed doors, and how shifting your focus will transform you from a financial target into a genuinely desired king. Put your coffee down and listen closely. Let us talk about the fantasy you packed in your suitcase. You arrived expecting the innocent island girl who just wants a good man. But what you get is a masterclass in survival economics. The girls hanging around tourist traps and dating apps are playing a ruthless game you do not even understand. They are juggling guys on rotation. One guy pays the apartment rent, another buys the new smartphone, and you are the one paying for the sudden hospital bills or the mysterious toothache that conveniently flares up before the weekend. It is a highly calculated business. For them, intimacy is just the currency used to keep your monthly subscription active. But listen to me carefully. This is absolutely not your fault. You spent 40 years building a legacy, working hard, and playing by the rules of a Western world that threw you away the second you got gray hair. You came here searching for a genuine connection and a woman who looks at you with actual respect, not like a human ATM. It is completely natural to want someone who deeply appreciates the stability and masculine presence you bring to the table. You are tired of the transactional dating market. You are exhausted from having to buy your way into basic affection. Your frustration is entirely valid, and the scars you carry from those cold encounters are real. You deserve authentic, traditional love without the constant anxiety of paying the skin tax. Before we get to what happens when you actually close the bedroom door, you need to know how to filter out the players. If you are tired of guessing and just want the exact blueprint to protect your retirement and find real love, grab my guide, The Philippine Dating Antidote. The link is in the description. It is your baseline defense. Get it, read it, and let us get back to the good stuff. To understand what happens when you finally lock that door, I need to plant a very specific picture in your mind. I call it the rule of the drive-through snack versus the 5-course feast. Think about the massive difference between choking down a cheap, cold burger in your car because you are rushing versus sitting down to a rich, perfectly cooked steak after fasting for days. For that 21-year-old visa hunter you are messaging right now, the horizontal dynamic with a man your age is the drive-through snack. It is a transactional chore. She wants to swallow it down fast, wipe her hands clean, and get back to the main event, spending your money. She is literally counting the minutes on the wall clock while you are breaking a sweat to impress her. That is the raw Asian survival mentality. do the bare minimum to keep the ATM dispensing cash. But now, look at the 40-plus Filipina. In our local culture, men toss women aside the second they hit 35 to chase young mistresses. This older woman has spent decades being the invisible workhorse, carrying her entire family's financial burden on her tired shoulders. She is profoundly starved. She has been completely deprived of a strong man's touch, of emotional weight, and of being treated like a desirable woman instead of a pack mule. When you close the door with her, you are not a chore. You are the feast. She does not want to rush. She wants to savor every single moment of your masculine presence. Keep this image of the starving woman at the banquet table burned into your brain. It is the absolute key to understanding the 5 exact things she desperately craves from you under the sheets. Let us break them down right now. Let us get straight into it. Point number 1. The absolute end of the starfish routine and the demand for horizontal participation. Here is the undeniable fact. Young visa hunters lie perfectly still in the dark because, to them, being with you is an unpaid shift at a job they hate. The hidden reason they refuse to take the lead is that doing so would require genuine passion, which would instantly expose their complete lack of physical attraction to you. You see this play out when she lies there stiff as a board, staring blankly at the ceiling, just waiting to grab her smartphone the second you finish. A mature Filipina does the exact opposite. She wants to be an active participant. Your exact instruction here is to observe her outside the bedroom. Look for the woman who naturally reaches out to touch your arm at the dinner table. The one who initiates physical closeness when no one is watching. When a woman takes the lead in closing the gap, reward that initiative. Point number 2. The reality of skin hunger. Older Filipinas suffer from a deep, agonizing touch deprivation. The harsh truth of our local culture is that society heavily sidelines women the moment they pass 35. Local men abandon their loyal wives to chase younger mistresses, leaving these devoted women emotionally and physically abandoned. The 20-something girl finds the lingering touch of a 60-year-old man cringy and wants to rush the horizontal dynamic just to get it over with. But the 40-plus woman is starved for the afterglow. She does not just want the mechanical act, she craves the emotional weight of a man's hands, the slow build-up, and the lingering closeness. Here is exactly how you handle this. Slow down. Stop rushing to the main event like a teenager in the back of a car. Use your hands. Feed that skin hunger. Your patience and willingness to provide that deep, lingering physical connection will make her absolutely addicted to your presence. Point number 3. Shedding the haya and demanding lights-on confidence. Haya is the deeply ingrained cultural concept of shame. Young Filipinas are heavily conditioned by it, terrified of being judged or looking foolish. This is why your encounters with them consist of awkward fumbling under heavy blankets with all the lights completely turned off. A mature, 40-plus Filipina has survived enough real-world struggles to drop that shame entirely. She knows her own body, and more importantly, she is absolutely not intimidated by yours. She brings a lights-on confidence to the mattress. She wants vocal validation and clear directions. Your move is simple. Communicate openly. Tell her exactly what you like without holding back. Do not be afraid that she will run away crying or call you weird. She has the maturity to match your unapologetic energy, so give her the direct, masculine guidance she is silently begging for. Now, Pay very close attention because here is the dangerous trap. Knowing that 40-plus women are the ultimate jackpot under the sheets means absolutely nothing if you do not know where to find the high-quality ones. If you just log onto dating apps and blindly filter by age, you are going to walk straight into the arms of hardened ex-bar girls playing the born-again traditional role, or desperate single moms looking for a last-minute retirement bailout. The exploitation systems adapt quickly, and you currently lack the complete armor to vet them. You can try navigating this minefield alone, but one wrong move will cost you your entire retirement. Do not be another walking wallet. Get the Philippine Dating Antidote right now in the pinned comment. It is the only complete, step-by-step system to vet these girls and secure your assets before you even book your flight. Point number 4. The unapologetic appreciation of your age. Let me give you a brutal reality check. When you are with a 20-year-old, she is secretly comparing your stamina and physique to the young local boys she actually desires. To her, your age is a physical obstacle she has to mentally overcome to get to your wallet. But the hidden truth about the 40-plus Filipina is that she equates your gray hair and wrinkles with emotional control, stability, and survival. To her, your life experience is an actual aphrodisiac. She does not want a chaotic boy. She wants a grounded man. You see this when she admires your calmness in stressful situations instead of demanding you act like an energetic clown. Here is your instruction. Stop trying to pop blue pills and perform like a 25-year-old Olympic athlete. Lean entirely into your role as a veteran. Let your deep experience dictate the rhythm. Enjoy the pacing of a veteran because she worships the grounded, steady masculine energy that only a man of your decades can provide. Point number 5 is the absolute plot twist of this entire dynamic. This is where you must completely rewire your brain, so listen to me with a deadly serious ear. Every single message you have been fed by the modern dating market tells you that you must maintain an unbreakable Superman alpha facade at all times behind closed doors. You believe you must perform flawlessly, never show fatigue, and project an invincible exterior just to keep a young girl interested. But here is the counterintuitive truth that will shatter everything you thought you knew. What the 40-plus Filipina desires most profoundly under the sheets is your absolute vulnerability. Let me explain the dark psychology of the young visa hunter. A 20-year-old is utterly terrified of your weakness. If you show a single crack in your armor, if you get tired, or if things do not work perfectly one night, she panics. Why? Because to her, you are not a human being. You are a financial safety net. If Superman shows weakness, she fears the ATM is breaking down. Your vulnerability directly threatens her economic survival. The mature Filipina operates on a completely different psychological plane. She has survived the worst of this world. She does not need you to be a flawless machine. What she desperately wants is for you to finally take off that heavy iron armor you have carried for 60 years. She wants to nurture the actual man, not the wallet. If you need to stop and catch your breath, or if you expose a raw insecurity, she does not panic. She pulls you closer. For her, your willingness to drop the endless performance and be completely, unapologetically human in her arms is the ultimate proof of trust. That vulnerability is her highest turn-on. Take a deep breath, gentlemen. I know the truth can be heavy, but I am not telling you this to discourage you. I am telling you this because I want to clean the wounds the modern dating market has left on you. For years, society has tried to convince you that turning 60 means you are invisible, that your best days are behind you, and that the only way to get a woman's attention is to buy it. That is a vicious, absolute lie. Listen to my voice. Your age is not a defect. It is your ultimate advantage. Your 60 years represent the absolute apex of your life. You possess a grounded stability, an emotional depth, and a protective masculine presence that young, chaotic boys simply cannot compete with. To the right woman, to the mature Filipina who has survived the storms of life, you are not a walking wallet. You are the ultimate prize. You are the sanctuary she has been praying for. You deserve a woman who looks at you with genuine, burning desire. You deserve to be craved, to be held with actual passion, and to experience intimacy without looking at a price tag. You have spent your entire life working, providing, and sacrificing for others. It is finally your turn to be the feast. The Philippines is still the greatest place on earth to find true, traditional love. You just have to be smart enough to claim the queen and leave the children behind. So, I have to ask you a very direct question. Will you keep draining your retirement for a girl who treats you like an ATM? Or are you finally ready to be treated like an absolute king by a woman who actually craves your touch? Tell me your decision in the comments right now. My mission on this channel is simple: to protect good men like you from the brutal modern dating market, guiding you toward the genuine traditional love you deserve. If this video just saved you from a decade of awkward, transactional, starfish encounters, do me a favor, hit subscribe and consider buying me a bucket of Jollibee chicken or an ice-cold San Mig Light down in the thanks button below, so I can keep exposing these unfiltered truths. Stay smart, gentlemen.